Hey everybody, Kelly the MTG Fanatic coming to you guys with another video here. This is for my Commander series, and today I will be talking to you guys about how to choose cards for your Commander deck. Now first of all, like I said in the previous video, you guys want to choose cards that fit under that Commander's colors. Remember, you can't play cards that are not in that color. So cards like Nightscape Familiar here, he can be played because your commander had black. Now remember who the commander we chose was. Remember, he is Nekusar the Mindreader, so we're going to build a deck based around him, and only him. So you focus around what he has. So I'll put him off to the side. Let me just zoom out a little bit here. So, some of the cards I chose today are cards like Nightscape Familiar, which is a 2-cost 1/1 regenerate, but he also has the ability blue spells and red spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So, right there he takes 2 of the colors of Nekusar and makes them easier to cast. Like, right there, Nekusar is a 5-cost, 2 generic, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red. Well, right there he becomes a 4-cost, which is superb. Now remember, when it says 1 less to cast, if you take a card like Baleful Strix here, and think you can do that? No. What it means is if it has a generic mana beside the colored mana, you can use it. Now another great card is Baleful Strix, because he allows you to draw a card, but he also has Flying and Death Touch. For 2/2 he's a 1/1 that could pretty much scare your opponent, and even if they kill him off, you get some draw power out of that. What is not to like? And that, my friends, is why he is a very expensive card. I find any card over the price of $10 to be fairly expensive, and not a lot of people want to pay for them. I understand why. It is actually cheaper to buy 3 of these decks and spend about $100 versus buy 4 copies of him and spend $80, because you actually get way more cards here. Now, these are all cards that can be found in the Mind Seas Commander deck. So if you guys are wondering where I got these, it's from there. These are just suggestions. I would like to move away from this and actually build a deck based around this. And, well, actually, I'll take my own commander and I'll do it that way. So remember, after this series of how to do it, I want you guys to help me also pick my commander, and we'll build a deck based around him or her, or I guess it if it's, genderless. Another great card is Vision Skeins. You may look at it, it's a common card with the ability to draw, each player draws 2 cards for 2 mana. You're like, oh, why would I ever give my opponent 2 cards? Well, remember, Nekusar allows you to burn your opponent every time they draw a card. And remember, you have a set amount of life. You don't have infinite life, so Nekusar can actually do serious damage to your opponent. Another great card is Prosperity. So it's a 1-cost with X, and each player draws X cards. This can screw over your opponent. You could actually, let's say you have about 30 mana on the ground, because actually no, let's go 20, because most decks run about 30, 30, then the other 10 are divided among the other types of cards. But let's say you have about 30 lands, so then you have about 20 on the field right now. You can get up to 19 lands, 19 cards for the 19 lands other than the blue, which is awesome. So if your opponent's getting low because they, were forced to draw so many times and burn using Nekusar, Nekusar can then, partner up with Prosperity and burn while your opponent has to keep drawing. And it just goes on and on and on until your opponent's like either they forfeit, they lose by burn, or they run out of cards. And this deck is also very easy to build around because of how many cards are actually in this concept. Now, apart from, the draw, discard, burn, stuff like that, there are cards like Obelisk of Grixis, which are 3 costs, and then tap, you can add the mana of your color to your mana pool. Now this is great. You can get around using lands if you have Obelisk of Grixis. It supplies you blue, black, and red mana at the price of 3, but then sits on the field until it's destroyed. And it'll count like a land. So you technically have either a island, a swamp, or a mountain in your control as long as you have the Obelisk of Grixis. So that is an idea on what to choose for your cards. Now, if you guys stay tuned, I will be telling you how to pick your lands, how to even up what cards are in your deck, and I also have another giveaway coming soon. So, remember guys, play hard. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.